Welcome to Crux Fade. This is episode 1 with Kobe Harris, a point guard at Kennedy. First, where did you grow up, and what was your environment really like day to day?
I grew up in Tracy, California, and it's just kind of like a normal, just like town, like really not too much going on. I feel like if you're getting in trouble, you have to really like be looking for it, and it's really like boring. So there's like nothing to do. So that really like helped me lock in with basketball. Like that's really all there is to do on a day to day basis.
So, what did you see around you as a kid that sort of shaped how you move today?
Just seeing like as you grow up, certain people that like you were close with as kids kind of like go down wrong paths or like I always had older friends, so seeing like what people do that I don't think I should do and what I need to do to kind of stay on my journey and what I want to like achieve in my life.
And you were raised by a single mother. What values were non-negotiable in your household, like with your mom?
A bunch of things like grades was always super high with her. Like if I have a B, she's mad at me. Like being in the house at a good time, never being out like too late. Um, just like overall respect for people and manners and just
Would
yeah,
you
like
say
things like
that
that.
would you say that trust allowed you the freedom to sort of pursue your dream?
Yeah, I think one thing I've never had to worry about was like my mom's belief in me. Like she's always been like backing me and by my side and like been 100% with me like in my journey as well.
I know that I come from a home where my parents got divorced when I was like 12 or 13, and I was becoming a young teenager at 13 or 14 with an absent father, and my mother gave me a lot of trust in like the decisions I made and a lot of freedom. So like I would be allowed to go out and do things that other kids weren't, but it also allowed me to sort of chase basketball like a job instead of a dream, and that gave me an extra advantage on the floor that most kids didn't get because most kids parents don't allow them to just go wherever they want to hoop anytime they want.
Hmm.
So is it similar to like something like that? Like, you would just have the freedom, like, I don't know, like midnight. If you want to go hoop, you could,
Um,
depending on like the
Kinda.
day
I
of the
mean,
week.
like, cause there was a park around the corner from my house with a hoop, and if it was like super late, then I could go there and just like shoot around or whatever.
Would you say basketball was an escape or just a passion? Like, how did you become close to basketball and what just
I
really.
think, I think both, and it was kind of just like for as long as I remember, I just like loved everything about basketball. I love playing it. I love watching it. I love talking about it. Like, I didn't really, cause like I didn't have anyone around me that was really like into basketball. So like when I said I want to go to NBA, I want to play in college, like no one really like helped me kind of get on that path to like really start taking it serious. So I feel like in that aspect, I was kind of late. Like I didn't really start like working out or like working hard until like my sophomore year in high school. Other than
Is there
that,
like a
everything was just kind of like
particular,
natural.
yeah, is there a particular moment from your childhood that like still drives you, whether it's good or bad?
Yeah, I remember, cause I grew up like on the smaller side when I was in middle school, and there was a math teacher at my school that would like always tell me that like I'll never play basketball. Like you're too short. Like you're not gonna like you're just never gonna have that chance. You're not gonna be any good. So I kind of just always remember that.
Is that something that like you still think about today?
Yeah.
What is it about that moment that really just like makes you think about it? Like was the teacher like kind of outspoken about it in front of other people, or was it
Yeah,
more like,
he would kind of tell a lot of us that like, oh no, like you guys aren't gonna be able to do it. Like you're not gonna make it. Like, and I just kind of always felt disrespected by that. So I just kind of use that to drive me.
yeah, that bugs me when educators, people that are supposed to be high in your community, are the ones that are bringing you down instead of bringing you up. And it's definitely something that I think is similar in a lot of stories, in particular with guys similar to our story, where you're coming up and then, you got a head basketball coach, you have an assistant coach, you have an educator that's just saying, no, you can't do that. And you don't really know why they're even saying that to begin with, because their whole uh, want should be to uplift you and give you a better opportunity in anything that you're doing.
Uh-huh.
What kind of a player were you in high school, and what kind of person were you?
Um, I feel like I've always been like a good person. Like I've never been in any trouble. I've never like nothing like that. I don't think I've ever had a detention. But in high school, I was kind of so my freshman year, I played freshman basketball, and then I got a co-player of the year. But it was kind of just like I had a natural feel for the game, and I could play, and I knew just how to do certain things. But I wasn't ever really like super skilled because I never really like was in the gym really or like had anyone to kind of guide me in that way. And then I ended up finding someone, and then that summer I like worked out a lot, and then I went from playing freshman to my sophomore year I was on varsity, and then that was like a big jump, like physically, because I was always like on the very like skinny side, so I was playing against like these bigger dudes, so I had to like get used to that and just getting better in practice every day. And then my junior year was COVID, so we really only played like 5 games. And then my senior year, I feel like I kind of like it was a good senior year, but I feel like for like my expectations, I really just had like a lackluster senior year, and I just needed to like hone in on some more things and really just like get better. I feel like even right now, like I kind of had a late start, and there's still so many things that like I could get way better at.
Do you feel like your environment pushes you forward or pulls you back?
Environment in terms of
When you were in high school, like, was that something that like was able to help you and propel you, or is it just kind of held you back? Like in some situations, you have guys like me that are from really small towns, and so all the high schools that you play against are from really small towns, and you don't really get recruited, or is it something
I
different?
feel like guys from my area have definitely been recruited, but my area is more known for like football. Like a lot of guys make it out for football, but not so much basketball. And then like one thing like my high school in particular, like we never really got any like gym. Like I've only had one workout in my high school gym, and I've never even been inside our weight room. So like stuff like that, like our high school was kind of never really like behind the athletes to kind of like give us that time to like just be in the gym.
So, would you say that's an obstacle for sure that you face in high
Yeah,
school?
yeah.
And do you feel like you were doubted a lot in high school? Like, or do you just feel like people weren't there to help you connect to the next point for you to
Yeah,
be?
I wouldn't say I was doubted. I feel like a lot of people believed in me, and I had a lot of like support, but I just didn't have anyone that could really until like when I went to the AAU team I played for, Clutch Elite. He knew how to like get guys on a college path, but like until then, I just didn't really have anyone that like had really been through that system themselves and knew what to do and had gotten people through that system too.
How did you handle expectations from coaches and family and the community, like when you were in high school?
I feel like I handled it well. Like, I never really had like too high of expectations from people. I feel like the highest expectations I've ever had always come from myself. So like what I'm telling myself and what you're telling me, like I feel like what I'm telling myself to do is way harder than anything you could tell me.
Yeah. So after high school, you went post grad. You went to Experience Academy. What was the hardest adjustment mentally for you then?
Um, Besides like AAU trips, that was the farthest and longest I've been away from home. So that was kind of like a big adjustment, just like really just like being away from family and that support system. And then like it's obviously just like a new level. Like you're playing high school and then you go to post grad and you're playing like a lot of just like crazy dudes and like you're playing for crazy dudes. And then like the practices and like stuff like that, you just always have to like it's just another jump in this, like another step.
What don't people understand about that in between stage when you're good but you're not where you want to be at?
I feel like it's kind of harder to understand and explain. You kind of just have to go through it of like when you're right there, a lot of people can just say like, "Oh, you should be there," but like you know yourself that like there's still this like one or two things that you have to do to like really be that player you want to be, and like you got to really just lock in on doing those things and getting those things done, and then like it'll happen.
What made you what do you think was the best experience in post grad that you had?
Um, I would
How would
just
you
say like
describe how would you describe the environment?
I feel like it's a pretty like crazy environment of just like, but I feel like it also helps you grow a lot as a basketball player because you have like it's just basketball. Like you don't have to worry about school, you don't have to worry about anything. You can just work out, go to sleep, work out. Like I feel like it's if you really make the most of it, it's a like you can get a lot better in that year if you really just focus and lock in.
What was the hardest truth that you had to accept while you were at Experience Academy?
You're not as good as you think you are. I feel like when you're in your area for high school or even AAU, like depending on like how high of a level you're playing in AAU, you don't really see some guys. But then when like especially at experience, the schedule we play like you play IMG's team and it's a bunch of guys from overseas that you've never even heard of that are all going D1. You play Oak Hill, you play Montverde, like stuff like that. You really realize like the level that these guys are at that you have to get to, like physically and mentally, like you've got to take a whole another jump, another step.
What did Experience Academy prepare you for that stats alone can't?
Um, just game experience and like playing at a super high level, like playing those. Like I think two or three of the JUCOs that we play are ranked in the top 25 right now. So like stuff like that, like that's an experience that you can't really get anywhere else. Of like playing, just playing the teams that we play and like seeing what that high level competition really looks like in front of you.
Yeah, Kobe, I'll say this, man. We do play a tough schedule at Experience Academy, but we play junior colleges. It seems like the last 2 years it's been even harder. Like you have all these transfer portal issues now, and you have like kids that are Division 1 that went Division 1 that aren't getting to play. So now they're going down to JUCO, and now when you play a JUCO, it's almost like playing a loaded Division 1 team on some teams. So
Mm-hmm.
like you don't really know what you're going to get. Like when a couple of years ago we were playing junior college, and it's still a step above what we are. Obviously, if they're ranked, it's like it feels like it's even like a more bigger leap now. So you leave Experience Academy, you go to SUNO, which is in New Orleans. What was that experience like, and what did that teach you about yourself?
Um, I feel like that was a really important thing for me to do to just kind of see get my head really wrapped around like what college basketball is and what it looks like. Cause like that team that I was on was super old. Like it's a bunch of older guys, a bunch of like physically grown men, like so you just kind of understand like what college basketball is and how it's played and how athletic guys are and like all these kinds of things that like you don't really see until you're in that first practice and you're matching up with these guys over the summer and things like that. And then me redshirting gave me like a really important year for me to really like get stronger in the weight room and put on more weight. I feel like that really helped me a lot.
I feel like I'm constantly telling kids coming in that uh, postgrad is not high school and postgrad is not college. It's somewhere in between in its own little thing. And I'm constantly giving kids, speeches and spiels like you're not going to be able to do this in college. They expect this, this, and this. How do you feel like I prepared you for that, and how was the environment different culturally and competitively?
I think I don't think the environment was too different competitively because at least when I was at experience, our scrimmages and everything were always like super competitive, guys getting into it, like arguments, stuff like that. And then just kind of the things that you would tell us and like things that we need to do like when you're saying like post grad isn't college. Like I feel like a lot of people get that misconception in their heads of like, well, I'm playing against colleges, but like when you're actually on a college team playing against that same school, you're not going to do the same things that you were doing while you're at experience. Like it's a totally different game. And once you can get your head like around that and you can kind of adjust your game to fit at the college level, it'll be fine because you have that like some sort of experience against college dudes.
Yeah, it's just a difference in general, like with your free time and
Mm-hmm.
a different like expectation. Like even if you get on a college team that's not so good, like competitively or with discipline, it's still a different thing, and it's hard to get kids to understand. Like what you do for me, you may not be doing for them. You may not even be on the team if you can't learn to adjust and adapt. Like, and I don't think people really get that sometimes until they leave Experience Academy. Um, how did that experience sharpen or reshape your vision for yourself as a basketball player?
My experience at SUNO,
Yeah.
it because that when I first got there, that adjustment period was kind of tough for me. On like, but I feel like when you go up to that level, the things that you really need to work on will be exposed quick, and then it's just up to you to either fix those things and get better, or you don't, and you just don't get better. So I feel like I really took it serious and got better at those things. And towards the end of the year, like when we're doing open gyms and stuff like that, like you see the improvement in your game. Everyone else is seeing the improvement, and it kind of gives you that confidence of like I'm a college player. Like I know I can play at this level, and like whatever happens, I'm gonna be ready for next year.
Yeah. Would you say that it's a lot more of you have to buckle down with yourself and take it seriously than treat it like AAU or recreational, like you've got to put in the work?
Yeah, I would say the main thing is just to like be honest with yourself. Like you got to be 100% honest with yourself. You can't be like too high, too low, and you just got to like really understand yourself and not really get too down, but just understand that like you can always get better, and then just really paying attention to like what you're not doing or what you can't do right now that you need to start doing.
So then you go from SUNO to Kennedy King in Chicago. How did you go from going to SUNO to going to Kennedy King, and how did that happen?
So Kennedy King had talked to me while I was at experience, and I was talking to them a little bit, but then it kind of like fell off, and then I ended up going to SUNO. But then when I was at SUNO, I didn't really like the situation, so I figured that I was gonna transfer, and if I was gonna transfer, then I would just go JUCO and get that experience and just get like games under my belt and film and stuff like that. So I texted Kennedy King again, and then I liked the coaching staff. I liked um I liked the area, and when I came on my visit, I really liked everything. So I decided to go with Kennedy King.
So, what was it at SUNO that made you say this just isn't for me? I've got to go.
Just I just didn't really think that that coaching staff in particular, like but or liked me as a basketball player. Like like they were
Like there was
great.
not a relationship. You're
Yeah,
saying
no,
like
like I really liked the coaching staff like as people, and like it was a fun time. Like I loved my experience at SUNO. I loved my time at SUNO. But like for my basketball career, I don't think it would have been good for me to stay there again.
yeah. I don't know if you know this or not. We were pulling out some old stats the other day and some records for Experience Academy, and you have the record for the highest 3-point percentage for a year at like 45.7%.
Yeah, it should have been 48, but I played on my broken ankle and I brought it down.
But yeah, that's still a record today, and I don't see
Mhm.
anybody from this year's class beating that. We do have a kid that can really shoot the three. He's like a 5'10" Steph Curry, but he's working on the defensive end, so the defensive end keeps him off the floor a lot.
Mhm.
So you're in Chicago. Basketball is obviously different in Chicago. How is that environment going, and what's testing you in that environment right now?
I think right now again is just I just need to like get physically better, like just get bigger, faster, stronger, stuff like that. And then like again, like because I grew up in California, then I played in Tennessee, then I played in New Orleans, now I'm playing in Chicago. So I'm getting a bigger understanding of how basketball is played as a whole and trying to put it all together because like the Chicago environment for basketball is totally different than in New Orleans and totally different than on the West Coast and stuff like that. So I'm kind of just adjusting to how they play here.
Yeah. How do you describe that? I mean, you go from California, you go to Tennessee. Johnson City's not big, but it's not small.
Hmm.
Then you go to New Orleans. It's pretty big. Um, and then you go to Chicago. There's got to be hoopers. Like you call yourself a hooper, so
Hmm.
that's like a. If I'm a hooper, somebody just loves a hoop all the time. What is that like? Like, is there always a court available? Is there a place to go? I know
Yeah,
last year.
that was one of the things I liked the most about Suno is the gym was always open. Like
Yeah,
I could
I know I
go in.
called you a lot last year, man, and you were always going to hoop.
Yeah,
And I was just thinking, wow, it must be awesome to be young and
yeah.
go
Like
hoop
I know,
again.
like you finish homework and then like you can go in the gym at 10:30 at night, 3 in the morning, like whatever time. Like the gym was always open as long as you have a ball. So that was one of the things I liked the most.
So right now, what do you have to prove at Kennedy King? Like what's your 2 year plan? So I guess you're going to be here for 2 years.
Hmm.
So what's your plan? Like right now,
I mean, right now, because this is just like my first year playing college basketball still, so I'm just getting my feet under me, seeing like right now, I'm just trying to see the game and understand like where my spots are and like how to get people involved and things like that, and what like I'm gonna be doing. And then I really just want to take steps on the defensive end and improve on that end, and then just kind of keep fine tuning my game to be a point guard.
so that's another question. Like you went from experience as a primarily a two or a three. I'm sure you got to play one a little bit while you were here, but it
Hmm.
wasn't a main focus because you're just a great 3-point shooter. Then you go to Suno, and I would imagine you're still working on being a great 3-point shooter because you're one. But now you're going into this new role as pretty much being looked at as a full time point guard. How has that changed your mindset, and
Well,
what's the difference?
even here, I'm still not really looked at as a full time point guard because my ability to shoot the ball, and like right now we don't have too many people that can do that at the two guard position. So they still kind of have me at the two. So then now I'm just trying to focus on not so much what position I'm at, but just doing things that both of those positions do anyways. So like while I'm at the two, like being able to shoot the ball and still be a great playmaker for others, and then like when I'm at the one, like getting others involved, but still like being a threat myself to keep the offense honest, like things like that. Just being great at both.
Yeah, do you still find that defense is the biggest challenge when you're moving up levels?
Always. Yeah.
What do you think it's about? What do you think it is about defense that makes it the biggest challenge? Is it because guys are so bigger, they're just faster, or it's just people are more
Yeah, it's just
athletic?
like all those things, like every level you go up, the bigger you have to be, the faster you have to be, the more athletic you have to be. And then just adjusting to that and then understanding like really how to defend and like things you have to do to be great at defense and really just putting like the effort behind it.
Do you think playing in the city provides a toughness and a new focus, or is it not really like that?
I think so. I think like in the inner city, like because you're playing like other teams from the inner city too, and everyone just kind of has that like that Chicago mindset of just like trying to out tough you. So like you either match that or it doesn't go well for you.
How do you think that's going to shape your destiny for your overall goal?
I think me playing in all these different places is helping me a lot because like if you only play one style of basketball, then you can only play that one style of basketball. But now I've played like three or four different styles of basketball and finding my way in each of those. So then like as I go up in levels, I'm just gonna have a more like complete game.
Yeah. So where would you be without basketball right now? Like, what would you be doing right now if you didn't have basketball?
I have no idea. I would probably just be in like a trade school or something. Probably.
Have you learned good habits,
Yeah.
along the way, and which ones would you think have come along that have helped you the most?
Um, just kind of keeping yourself accountable and keeping yourself disciplined when like, because there's no one around me. Like, there's no family or anything really. Like, once I'm not at the school, I can really just do whatever I want. So it's kind of like knowing yourself, like what your journey is, what your dream is, and being able to like keep yourself on that path and just stay tunnel visioned.
How do you protect your mind in chaotic spaces or moments?
Um, just always staying calm. That's always been like I've always been a really calm person and just like keeping that same mindset and never being too high or too low and just trying to stay middle ground and grounded and just understanding what life is and how it like life comes from you not at you, so just understanding like what you put out is what you're going to get back, so like just staying like that.
Man, so obviously basketball is like a rotating carousel, but I deal with this a lot every year and getting a lot of young, naive players. But you've been on this journey now for 3 or 4 years. So, what lie do young players believe the most about this journey?
um there's I feel like there's a lot. um I feel like thinking you're better than you are is the main one. And then like one thing that I see brought up a lot is kind of like the politics in basketball, which like is true, but I feel like at a certain level, like the politics doesn't come into play because like every guy I've seen, like from experience and like those high level guys are high level. like from what I've seen, like they're not there for no reason. Maybe it's like a guy that should be a high major, but he's going mid major because like he didn't play on this team. Then I see those kind of politics. But when a guy's D1, like they're
He's
usually
just
going
D1.
D1. Yeah, and you see that they are.
Do you remember the phrase I like to refer to commonly that you have to be undoubtedly better than that guy next to you?
Hmm.
Like, do you find that to be true in
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
areas?
Because I feel like, especially in college, like they're usually always, especially at a JUCO. Like what I'm learning now is like when you're at a JUCO and a guy's a sophomore, he's gonna kind of always get that nod above you just because like this is his last year. Like at the end of the day, a JUCO coach's job is to try and get as many guys out as possible. So unless you're just obvious, like unless he looks stupid for not playing you over that sophomore, he kind of has to play that sophomore to just like to be able to get them out, and then because you can always just come back.
What doesn't social media prepare athletes for?
Um, I don't know because I feel like there's a good side of social media and a bad side of social media, but I feel like because I feel like I'm on the good side where like you're seeing guys really talk about college and you're seeing like the podcasts and interviews and like workouts and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of like good information out there that like you can watch to kind of get yourself ready for that level.
Fair enough. What's something that you had to unlearn to survive at this new level you're at?
Mm, I don't know, maybe just like I would say things I had to unlearn was just like coaching schemes and like because like every coach like you play handoffs differently, you play pick and rolls differently, so like just stuff like that, like being able to just break your habit and do what that coach is asking you.
Who believed in you when it didn't make sense to?
I'll always say my mom. My mom has always. I mean, I could be 5'5" right now and 2 left feet, and my mom would still support me in my basketball journey. Like she's just always been there behind me. She's always been 100%. Like if I want to do it, then she's gonna help me and give her all.
And what keeps you hungry when nobody else is watching?
Um, just my passion and like my drive to, like I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be the greatest. Like I don't ever want someone to be like he could have been better or he didn't really reach his full potential. Like I want to be everything that I can be in every aspect of life.
What is next for you? Like, if basketball's over tomorrow, what's next for you? Or is it just never over? Like, you're going to continue in it somehow?
Yeah, um I feel like whatever I do in life will somehow be tied to basketball because like my whole life has just been like basketball. Like it's always just found a way to be there.
What, what's, what are you willing to sacrifice to get there?
I feel like I've already sacrificed a lot. Like I haven't been home for my birthday, for friends and family's birthdays in 3 years. Like I'm getting like this year I didn't even go home for Thanksgiving. I didn't go home for Thanksgiving last year. Um I got like 7 days at home for Christmas, like things like that. Like I feel like I've already sacrificed a lot.
This podcast episode that you're on, we titled it "When No One's Watching." It's part of a new podcast series called "The Unfiltered Truth," where you talk to people who are sort of going under the radar in their journeys to get interesting information and tell stories to other people. Um, what does when no one's watching? What does that mean to you personally? Like when no one's watching.
For me, I feel like that's just like integrity. Like it's one thing to like it comes down to like how you do anything is how you do everything. Like it's easy to work out and post it on social media and you post every time you're in the gym and like everything you do is loud, but like and those are the guys that are only in the gym like those 2 times that they post it, whereas like guys are working out 3 times a day. Like no one really needs to know what you're doing. They're just gonna see the results and then ask you like what you did to get those results. Like let your results be the loudest thing like out of you.
When do you guys play again?
We played this Saturday, I think, January
Is it
3rd.
a home or away game?
It's a home game.
Do you guys stream on live, or
Uh,
do you,
I
you
don't
guys?
know if we do at home, but I can ask.
Yeah. Um, I was just curious. So, what are you expecting for yourself Saturday, and who do you play?
We play East West.
Is
It's
that like
a
a is that a rival?
no, it's a like college, like a lower level, like a USCAA college. Um, but I'm just expecting to like make a big jump this second semester. Like I understand what I need to do, and I've played some games now, so now I just kind of need to take that next step and improve.
Kobe, it's been great having you on this first episode today, and I hope this platform is going to help guys not just like you, but guys like me, guys that are going to Experience Academy, guys that maybe even don't play basketball. Maybe they do something else. Maybe they're an artist, an entertainer, or a scientist or whatever. This podcast is just something new and different, and you're an interesting guy, so we wanted to get you on here first,
Mm-hmm.
and we appreciate you having you. And this is Kobe Harris.
Yeah, of course.
So, Kobe, we appreciate you, man, and I'll be in touch.
Uh huh. All right.
If you need anything, man, peace.
I got you.
All right, see you, man.
All right. Bye.